Hey, good evening. Um, Let me introduce myself. I am Cassie Glover and just a normal, everyday mom. I have some chronic health issues, and which include some mental health issues, and I just think it's really encouraging when I go on to Facebook or YouTube and I see someone that's being real and genuine and that I connect with. And so I'm at the point in my life where I'm not quite as afraid to do that kind of thing because I know how encouraging and how much it can change other people's perspective of themselves, to see someone that's struggling with something like they do. And that's kind of why I chose not to wear any makeup and just come up here with no cool background or anything because I'm feeling really rotten today, um, and that's okay. You know, um, you can feel pretty rotten and still have a decent day, um, and just just to encourage anybody else who's having a rough day. If I turned my camera around and you could see what I'm looking at, it's a big pile of blankets and laundry that needs to be sorted. And that's okay. My house doesn't have to be perfect, and my makeup certainly doesn't have to always be perfect. And sometimes I think that it does, but yet I don't have the energy or motivation to do it. And so that just makes me feel even worse about myself. And so, even though I tend to fall in that trap myself of thinking that about myself, I'm here to say that you can be a great mom, even though you feel rotten, and maybe you did say a few things to the kids that you wish you hadn't. You can apologize. You can make it as right as you possibly can and just keep going. You don't have to have your makeup on, your pearls, like the Leave It to Beaver mom that everybody always talks about. She was always so put together just to do housework. It's definitely not even a possible idea, even for somebody that struggles with things like I do. I have Lyme disease, and I also have a genetic mutations. My COMT neurotransmitter has mutation, and so I struggle with a lot of fatigue and depression. And so, and that's okay. That does not make me less of a person. Sometimes it does make me feel like I don't matter as much or my life doesn't matter as much. And I'm just thankful that God doesn't see me that way. I'm not like a life that is something that doesn't matter to God. My life is not on the back burner, or even non consequential, in God's scheme of things. He has a plan for me. And a lot of times I don't really like the plan. Yeah, in my imagination, I would be always wearing heels every day, having beautiful hair, beautiful makeup done, and just stepping out and just making everyone in awe of me if I could choose how my life would be. And it takes trust and faith to realize that I must not need those things. All I need is God and to do the best that I can with what I've been given. And I'm very thankful that I can just be me, and that's enough. And that's been my word this year, my word for the year, because I really, really have always wanted to do something big, and I wanted it. I wanted it because I wanted to do something big for God, because, every good Christian should dream big for God, right? And I did learn after a while that it was really my pride that was pushing me to want to do these big things. And the Lord has really taught me, especially over the last year, that my accomplishments aren't what make me important or worth more or even give me worth. My accomplishments aren't what give me worth. If I am just myself and I just live a regular life, one that I in the past would have said, oh no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do some really cool things or really big things. But if I do none of those big things, and I don't start a church, a college, I don't go be a missionary and minister to people who have never heard the name of Jesus, which is really what I wanted to do, especially after reading about Jim Elliot and just really being inspired by his life. And I don't have to do anything like that. Those are things that I wanted to do. But God hasn't called me to do any of those crazy big things. And He has allowed me to have these chronic health issues. And that can be really, really hard to accept and to live with when you want to do all these big and great things, to accept the limitations, to wake up and choose joy and choose to find the good in the situation that I'm in. And I'm very thankful for the progress that I've made in that. I'm still growing, and that's kind of what I'm hoping to share with anybody who watches any of these videos, if anybody does, that there's real people that struggle, and that we're all finite, and we all have struggles. Some people may have bigger ones, some people may have more, but we all have struggles, and it's what we do and how we react to the things that are in our life that matter. A lot of things are out of our control. I can't be doing all this crazy stuff that I imagined that I would be doing. And I think just learning to just be, which is why I have this Helix, can't really see it very good, but Helix B earring for the year, to learn that I can just be. I can sit here and that's enough. And that's really hard for me to 100% accept. That's why I'm working on it this year. But like I said, I don't have to do anything great. I don't have to be this super amazing mom, better than other people. I don't have to do amazing things or crazy things. I can just walk every day in the path that God has laid before me and not really do anything worthy of mention. But that's enough, and that is a blessed and good life. And I'm learning to have joy in that, and to really see other people, I guess. Before, I was more interested in what people thought of me than in how they were doing and just who they were, just to know people. But now I see people in a different way, and I'm thankful for that perspective.